Hello and welcome back to part 2 of this beginner's guide for the Crust. We are going to be continuing today. Yesterday we just got started. Now we're going to look at everything we need. We have a new contract. We can go ahead and send this. This is an easy one to send. It's just some silicon that we need to send and we've got that already. So we'll go ahead and get that sent. Just waiting for that order to be complete. It's just sending off now. So that's done, which is good. We've got our resource points, so we're making sure that we're getting all of our research.
Objective achieved.
Great job, Director. The funds have already been deposited into our account. At this rate, we'll soon recoup our expedition and start making a profit.
Oh, of course we didn't have more pressing issues for which the dispatched resources would be useful, but no, Director, we didn't miss out on short-term gain.
All right, new contract available. This one is 80 steel. We have enough steel, so we can do that. We'll do exactly the same thing. We're going to send resources. Mark it as complete. Off it goes. It'll automate the process. We don't need to touch it. So again, all good. We still need to build our component factory. So we're going to head down and check that out. And we still mentioned about rebuilding this section here, whilst at the same time working through to the titanium that we need, which is up the top here. We can go ahead and just raise this selected area right now, including this, because we don't need any of this at the moment. And now what we can do is put this as normal, which is green, because this area can all be continued as normal. Including this side here. What we really want is the titanium area there. So there we go. We're going to just focus on this one area here that we can do. This is kind of the important area that we want to get right to start with. All right. We'll just connect that. And then we've got a little area that we're going to work on just there for us. Perfect. All right, so that's going to work. We'll leave that to do its job. In fact, we can speed this up to make it a bit quicker. That'll be the titanium done. We also want to finish off this area as well, just to get this area cleared. So that's what we're going to focus on initially. That opens up that whole area. So we can then come out of here, come down from here, and we'll have a setup area just in the middle here. So we'll work on that. That's going to be our thing to focus on. Now, in order for us to do that, we are going to need this multi-regular refinery. And it's not quite ready yet. So we'll get the hauling drone finished, and then we'll get the multi-regular refinery going. We can get either going, it doesn't matter. But we do have a few days on the hauling drone, so we're going to wait for that just to finish, and then we'll get this going, so they'll be completed at the same time. Now we need something yellow from engineering because we're running out. And so the next thing that we can do here is going to be, after this is completed, we can do the rolling mill. Kind of get that ready. So kind of queue it up ready to go.
There's news. In short, I've signed an agreement to complete several contracts on our behalf. There was a frenzy on the market and I couldn't delay. Competitors were ready to restart production on Earth or sell off their remaining reserves for such prices. But I beat them to it, and pledged to deliver the resources. Now, it's your turn to show that we're indispensable partners and reliable suppliers. You'll find the accepted contract under the Active tab.
All right, got it.
Director, I see them in the database as accepted. Mr. Ledger has
Objective achieved.
Oh. He's outdone himself.
outdone himself. This is not just unprofessional, but also extremely irresponsible. How about notifying before signing rather than after?
My job is to secure the most lucrative contracts for the company, Ms. Vance. And if a few small deliveries are too challenging for us, we have no business being in the market.
Director, I'll deal with Ledger later. Try to focus on active contracts. It's very important to ensure these deliveries are on time. After thoroughly scanning and exploring the area, the rover discovered a protective case with a tablet near one of the doors. In addition to research data, it contained a text file.
Collapsed due to a powerful explosion. Kate and the others didn't make it out, and Tanya is seriously injured. 6 of us are alive, including me, MT4 Chief Robert Podolsky. The outer part of the complex was almost completely destroyed by the blast wave, and the electricity and life support systems are offline. We have a working vehicle, fuel, and oxygen supply. We have enough to reach the Evermoon 3 observation station. Let's see if they had more luck.
No biological or any other activity was detected in the complex.
All right, so he's alive. So we know he's alive, and we know where he's going. We can try and track him down.
Director, that's our Robert. If there's any hope that he's alive, we should keep looking.
All right. Contract is complete. We've been paid for that. Again, we're getting a lot more points now, which is nice. Let's head back out. We need to look at what we're doing next. So that's nighttime now, so we can't really do anything else here at the moment. But this is where we need to go. So it is on its way, but the battery has died. We're going to set this out to go here, which is the surveillance, and we're going to investigate that. So that will head over here. This is the research outpost. Again, we can't do anything with that one. We can't do anything with that one yet. So we're kind of just waiting at the moment. Not sure if it's a good idea for us to kind of head down here, but we're gonna kind of do that anyway. So we're gonna head down and send this in this general direction just in case. Again, we might be wrong, but we're gonna do it anyway, and then they'll both be together. All right, let's head back. Nothing else we can do at night time here. We need to build a components factory. We're still working on doing that.
Complete.
But now we've got the hauling drone. Now that the hauling drone's done, we can work on this. It's 7 days left now to do this multi-regolith refinery. So we're going to work on that. Because the hauling drone is now finished, we can now do the salvager. So the salvager is something we want. So it equips drones with a tool to extract useful resources from debris and rocks. This is the next thing that we're going to want. So we're going to put this up quite high, but underneath the multi-regolith refinery, which is what we do want that. We also want to start thinking about the medium solar panel, because once we've started to salvage, we're going to want to start putting out medium solar panels. So today's focus in today's video is really about increasing the capacity of the power. We are at the moment, as you can see, max consumption 97, output capacity 110. So we really want to focus on getting this power grid to a point where it's not just serving us and we're struggling, but we've got enough to last us into the future. So for that to happen, we need to continue. And we're almost at the point now, in fact we are, there is our titanium that we wanted, okay? So we can go ahead and put an extractor down on this. So mining, extractor, and we can place this, rotate it, we'll place it this way. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to put this down, so it's down here like so. Done. We've also got this extractor here, which is perfect. But now what we're going to do is we're actually going to cut this off. But before we do that, we have to think about what we're going to build next. We want this multi-regolith refinery. And also look at what it's going to cost us to build. So a multi-regolith refinery is going to cost us 12 steel, well we have that. 10 components, we have 18. It's going to cost us 10 silicon, we have that. 10 plates, we have that. And 5 circuit boards, we have that. So we have enough to be able to build this, which is great. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to remove, and not yet, because at the moment we can't do this, because we have to wait for the research to finish. But we're going to remove this, and this, and this. So in order to do this, we want to build this out first. We want this research tree to be finished. Perfect. And now what we're going to do is we need to bring the power up here. And we also need to dismantle this. So we're going to press shift and we'll delete the whole thing. We're also going to delete this one in a minute once it's finished. And then we can delete this as well. So we're not going to do that just yet. It's something that will come in a minute. But for now, we've deleted this, and we're going to join these two up. So we're going to go into the conveyor belt, and we are simply going to come straight down from where we was to here. So that's going to come out. That's going to cost us 10,000, by the way. So we're going to go ahead and build that. And we're going to come out straight from here, and we're going to meet together. That's another 5,000 that's going to cost. So now all of this is going to come out of here. All of this will come out of here, but we need power to be able to do this. So we're going to add power. We'll grab this wire. We're going to come straight out the back, all the way up. Quite a long way to go here, just to be able to give power to this. So that's going to cost a lot of money. But in doing so, what we're doing is we're now combining these two together. Now, the other thing that we saw here is there was some more silicon. So we're going to break open this area as well. So we're actually doing two things at once here. One is we are increasing the power, and that's going to be really important because at the moment now, 110 out, 109 max consumption. We're at our limit of max consumption. So what we need to do is head up to the top, and we're going to need to put more batteries down. Now, we don't really want to waste our time putting batteries down if we can help it, but we are going to need them. So if we did this, we're kind of going to put them down here like this. And there's going to be no gap on these ones. So these are the ones that we've just built. There's no gap on them. We'll connect these up. We're also going to connect up from here to this. And then what we'll be able to do is remove that. And instead, we'll connect that up to there. Like so. So everything's connected.
The research station was badly damaged by the explosion. The radar towers were destroyed. The solar panels were also hit, but some of them are still working. Rover's equipment also detected activity underground. Someone may be down there. However, the door to the underground complex looks sealed. The activation panel is malfunctioning. To its left is scratched out "Traitors," and there are tracks. Someone has definitely been here recently. Now, there's just mangled equipment, a huge sealed door, and tracks leading away from the station.
Right, okay, so this is where Robert was heading. What's happened?
The LPS system on the rover will help us find them. Run a scan near the research station. Director, the lunar proximity scanner emits a focused beam of electromagnetic waves. These waves propagate rapidly, covering the area around the scanner. When the waves encounter an object within the scanning zone, the LPS visualizes its location for the operator. If a hidden object is present in the outer scan radius, the LPS will indicate the route to the object. When a hidden object is within the radius of the rover's inner circle, activating the LPS will accurately display its location.
And we've already talked about that. We've done it already, but that just shows you how it works. Now we can see we're heading in this area. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to scan. All right. There we go. That's where we're heading for. Right, we're wasting science points, so we need to make sure we've got something in production. Medium solar panel, we'll get that in a minute. We're going to go for the salvage first. In the meantime, we can work on the Expedition Control Center, because we need that. The Expedition Control Center is going to allow us to get those drones out. So that was the next thing that we wanted. So we're going to work on the solar panels, we're going to work on the salvage, and we're going to work on the Expedition Control Panel. They're the kind of three things that we're focused on at the moment. The salvage is almost done. We don't really need the rolling mill at the moment. We would really like to get the medium solar panel out. We'll work on that in a minute. That's going to need quite a lot of blue work, and we'll sort that out in a bit. But for now, also we have this contract. That is a lot of silicon. We can send that. Also, a lot of smart concrete. We can send that. We've got enough to do that, so we'll send that out. That contract is now done. The good news about that is we're going to get a 45 bonus plus another 100 points. So these points are really helpful at the moment in making sure that we're progressing quickly throughout this tree. All right. Everything's working well. Everything's progressing nicely. There's not really much else we can do here. Now, it does say that this production is full at the moment, which we know. Both of these are. They've stopped working because we've turned everything off for now. That also means that this is now empty as well. And so because of that, we can go ahead and dismantle this building. That's good. That also means that we can get rid of that. We'll be able to get rid of this. Or we can kind of leave this on at the moment because this is going to continue to work. So we'll just leave that to continue its job, doing what it was doing. And instead, what we want to put down here is in mining, we want to put down a multi-regolith refinery. All right, this is the first thing that we are able to build here. And we kind of want to place this in this general direction or this kind of general area here. Now, the way that we're going to do this is I'm actually going to reconfigure everything that we have here. So I'm going to disable this conveyor, delete it. I'm going to replace this conveyor, but this time I'm going to come straight down and I'm going to come across. Like so. I'm going to go ahead and build that. And this way, if I come back to where I was, construction mode, I'm going to put down the multi-regolith refinery, okay? So this has 2 import points here. Doesn't really matter which way round it goes. It's irrelevant, but it does need to come down at some point. So we're just going to put this here, like so. And then from the conveyor, we're going to go into here. Build that. We need to add power. We'll make sure we give it some power, like so. And then what is happening is this is going to have 20 coming out of here. So 20 per minute coming out of here. And 20 per minute is coming out of here. So 20 plus 20. That means at this point, 40 is coming out. Any of these junction boxes, if you left click them, you can choose to drop the resources that are inside. You can upgrade them. You can priority the output. Or if you've got different outputs, you can choose what goes where. So if you click on it, all resources, you can choose the resource. It's really nice. You can even lock it, reset it, manual control it, do whatever you need to do. So that's really nice to have. And then that's going to feed in at 20 and 20, so 40 per minute into here. All right, we'll wait for that to be built. All right, we need some yellow now. So back into engineering, because this is where we are. Rolling mill is done. We can work on some of the extractors. The extractor upgrade, so mining efficiency. So we can upgrade that. Smart concrete factory, we can build that as well. So that's definitely something else we're going to want to do. But at the moment we'll do the extractor. So this is going to be to increase the output of the extractor, which is going to be really nice. Okay. So far so good. Let's focus now on the rovers, because we have this rover out here. We're going to do a ping. Searching for survivors. Set an expedition. Select the rover. Investigate. Because it's already in the right area, it's going to just complete this scan and let us know if there's any survivors. All right. Have we found Robert?
We discovered a damaged transport. There were no employees of the Everman Corporation inside. The transport's logbook survived, and the rover is transmitting the contents of the last entry. What caused that explosion? An asteroid? Nuclear strike? What could hit so hard? It doesn't matter now. Tanya's condition has worsened, and medications are running out. Supplies, oxygen, all running low. The transport runs on solar panels, but soon it'll be night, and we won't survive it. We'll head towards the sun, try to buy us some time. If only those bastards at Station 3 had let us in. They survived. I heard knocking, but they didn't open the door. Maybe they know something we don't. Maybe in their place, we would have done the same.
Wow.
It's a tragedy. By the time the sun had set, they had no chance of survival. Thank you for bringing the matter to a close. We will notify their loved ones.
F in the chat for Robert. So, Bit of a plot twist. Feels like a bit of Ned Stark there on the Game of Thrones. You know, at the end of the season when they kind of killed off one of the main characters and you're like, oh my God, I thought he would have survived. I kind of feel like that's just happened here. So, all right, the story is evolving, and at the moment we can see that Robert and the crew didn't make it.
Director, there's more. We found an audio recording that appears to be Robert's.
I don't know why I'm recording another one. Apparently, I miss you and the kids. I'll be home in 2 weeks. This time, we'll go to the mountains. I've had enough sand and beaches. Work, as luck would have it, hasn't slowed down a bit. Alloway insisted on mining right on MT4 and hired a company to do it. They seem to be nice young people with interesting developments. Their Alice reminds me of you when you were young. She's pretty and talks too much. How long has it been since I gave you flowers? Anyway, I have to run. There's something going on here.
So he was a nice guy after all.
I'll make sure this is passed on to his family.
Sad, but done. So we figured out what happened. We found the rover there. All right, so now what we need to do is we need to head. We're going to see if we can set up an expedition. Right, we've got these 2 resources. There's nothing we can do with these 2 at the moment. So let's go back to the scout rover. There's not really much else we can do here at the moment. We can go to a demolished structure, and we're going to head to the private lab at the moment. And so what that means is we're actually going to send this back to the base. So we didn't need it. We kept it in case we did. We didn't need it.
Director, a horrific tragedy happened to the MT4 crew, and I can't help but wonder what happened at Evermoon 3. Robert said they weren't allowed to go inside, and the rover clearly detected activity inside. But I still can't believe a reasonable person could do such a thing. We can break the sealed door, but that would require sending drones and materials. What do you think?
Yeah, let's do it. All right, so another expedition, but prerequisites. We need to send microcircuits, modular terminals, and robots. So again, we can't do that just yet. So we're going to continue heading back. So we'll just send that back to base. That one's going up to the private lab. And we've kind of done everything initially that we needed to do here. So all of that stuff to sort out is done. And the last thing to do, the very last thing to do, apart from the private lab, this is just a way to buy points. So we're going to go and buy some points, some research points, is the demolished structure, which is where we're going to go next. All right. If you get stuck or you get confused, you can just click on the journal at any time, and this will tell you what you need to do. So your active main campaign is telling you what to do. And if you've got any of these, it tells you what to do here. So complete the crisis contract. That's done. Lost convoy. We need to clear the debris. We can't do that yet. Searching for survivors. Get into Evermoon 3. So that's the next thing to do there. So these are just additional quests alongside the main thing.
You're doing a great job, Director. Execute the next contract on time, and I will personally pay for Ms. Vance's therapist.
All right, we have enough material to build this.
It's about time, considering you're one of the main reasons to visit him.
Director, Crust has sent us an additional set of drones, which will allow us to expand production even further. Treat them with caution.
All right, we'll bring those drones down. It's going to be an extra 2
Director,
drones.
we've completed research that will allow us to disassemble the remains of the Evermoon base for resources. Every unit counts right now, and they won't be needing the ruins anymore. The Universal Removal Tool can be accessed from the right-click menu. Shift, chain selection of rubble for removal.
Perfect. Research is complete. The salvage. All right, we needed that. So now if we go and have a look inside the research, we can see we're making the extended tender license. That's fine. We're also making this expedition control center, which we need. That's going to allow us to do all of the other little tasks that we need to do on those submissions. But we now need, and actually more important than anything else, we need the solar panel. So we need the expedition and we need the solar panel. Both of these are important for us to be able to progress and continue on what we're doing. So blue is what we need. Blue is what we're short on. So we're going to send, we're going to go and buy. We're going to spend some money and we're going to actually go and buy some of those. But now, if we click on demolish, left click, we can actually demolish all of these. And the drones will come out and pick up all of these. And we're going to get resources for these. So if we click on this, we're going to get 1 silicon for each one of these that we demolish. So again, we'll do that. So that's all of the batteries. We're going to get 1 steel, 1 silicon, and 1 titanium for each of these that we demolish. So we're going to go ahead and do that as well. Now the drones don't really have anything else to do at the moment, so we're just going to make the most of our time that we've got. These batteries are going to give us steel, silicon, titanium plates, and aluminium. These are going to give us components, microcircuits, smart concrete, and steel, which is good. So again, we're just going to grab these bits. And we're just going to get rid of all of these little bits on the outside. This is just going to be 1 bit of steel. So we'll go ahead and grab these anyway. These are all of the pylons that were around. All right, so we've just kind of cleared that whole area there. That's a rock. We don't really care much about that at the moment. All of this is just going to be a bit of steel. This is all the conveyor belts. This one's going to give us some components and some microcircuits. This one again, components and microcircuits, components and microcircuits, microcircuits, and all of these. That's pretty much all of the big stuff. So what we're going to do is just break all of this down. Now the drones are going to be a little bit busy doing this for now. And that's cool because we don't really have anything else we need them to do at the moment. We can just zoom in here, zoom around, and we can just pick all of this stuff up. It's kind of good to do it whilst we've got a bit of downtime before we get kind of carried away on the main storyline. Again, it helps us just to be able to clear up. We need the resources anyway. And that is going to help us to expand and to continue to grow. In the meantime, whilst the scout is on its way to the next location, we'll be able to buy the blue, which we need, which is fundamental research points. We'll boost up that production, and then that will allow us to build the solar panels. We can get the solar panels out. So we kind of want to do this before that research completes. So again, we'll try and do as much as we can here. Now, what's going to be beneficial to us is getting as many drones out here as possible to do this. So we can get an additional 5 drones out here by changing the ones. That's it. We don't need to do any of the rocks at the moment. We can go and do the rocks if we want to. We're going to get loads of resources from them, but we're not in a hurry for those. They're not that important. That's all of the main materials and the main parts that we needed. So we can come out to the drone reconfigurator and we can just remove all of that space. Now we're going to have all of these drones out here, and they're simply just going to be coming out and building this. Now, whilst we're downstairs, we now have an urgent contract apparently. So, urgent contract, we can accept this. We need 30 components. We're going to have 30 components by the time we've broken everything down. We're going to get 80,000 credits for that. So we can go ahead and accept that contract. Now, if we look at the time, we have a maximum of 30 days. But if we can do it in 10 days, well, in 40 days, then we're going to get a big bonus, an extra 24,000 credits. So we want to do that. We are going to work on that and get that finished. We'll be able to send that. We're going to have the parts, so we'll send that off. We'll get that on its way. That will be fine. We can also think about doing a second landing pod. That's going to be beneficial to us as well. But for now, let me just talk about this, which is now working. So now, this is 60. So we have 20 and 20, which is 40 coming in. But we can process up to 60 now. So before we could only process on a single, we could only process 20. Now on a single, we can process 60. And also, if we're processing this, look at how much we're getting as a result. So we're actually getting a lot more. Now, the good thing about this is not only are we getting the main ingredient here, now we're getting titanium and we're getting iron at a good rate, but we're also getting some silicon, some aluminium, and the slag that we knew about as well. So all of this is coming out. So what we can do now, because this is all coming out at a decent rate, is we can bring all of this together. So we're going to have to focus to be able to do this, to bring it all round. So the way that we can do this is decide on, first of all, where we're going to go. So at the moment, there's not really much we can do apart from bring everything back round to here. So this can kind of be our little starting point. Now, we don't need this anymore. We can actually remove this now. This was a really good item at the start to find that titanium. We want to kind of move it to the edge to continue to use it and scan out. In the middle, it's not really got a great purpose here at the moment in the middle. So what we want to do is, being very close to here, we want to kind of put some boxes down, should we say, for now, that we can do some production with. And so the way that we can do this is, because we've now got this this bigger facility, we need to consider everything that it is pushing out. So if we look at construction material and we look at storage, we want to make some we want to make some bulk resource storages. Okay, now we need to think about where these are going to go, like where are we going to place them? There's no right or wrong answer to this, but we just need to decide and consider kind of where these are going to go. So we're going to put them here in a line, going down and coming out to the right. That way we can kind of push out into this general direction. So the way that we're going to do this is we're going to put one down. I think we can start just here. This seems like a good place. We're going to remove all of this down here for the silicon in a minute as well. So that's all going to go. We'll put all of that up here as well. And we're going to have another one of these facing inwards. So both of them are going to push into here. So what we're going to do is we're going to put these down in a line. And we kind of want to keep them close enough to this area. So the way that we'll do this is, I think we're also going to remove all of this middle section as well. I think we can place these just down here for now. So that'll be one. Now we're going to have components to do these. And actually, let me just move this over just a slight bit, because we want the conveyor belt to come down the side and then in. So that kind of feels good. That there feels like a good starting
Research
plate.
complete.
Right, we complete the research to improve the module. So to complete the module and upgrade it, all we need to do is click on the side. So click on the module, click on the side tab there, and we can pay a fee to upgrade it. So I think that was the, was it the smelter? No, it wasn't. It would have been the extractor. So the extractor. So if we click on that, we can actually pay. If we click on that, we pay 25,000 credits and we can upgrade the speed of that. So that's actually 20 coming out at the moment. So if I pay this by clicking on it, now 30 is coming out of here. Well, guess what? That takes 60, but that's got 30 coming out. This one, if I do the same, that's now got 30 coming out. So 30 and 30 is 60. So now we're getting a much, much better rate. We're now maximizing this. Okay. Now what we need to do is we need to consider how we're going to bring all of this around. So we want to bring conveyor belts down here. They need to come along here. So we'll put it to there. This conveyor belt then also needs to come along here. Like so. This conveyor belt also needs to come along here like so. And from here, this conveyor belt needs to connect. It also needs to connect to here. It also needs to connect to here. And it also needs to connect to here. And finally to there. Oh. That one's not how I wanted it. To there. Again, not kind of how I wanted it. It's annoying that that's putting that in there, because I don't want that in there. So we're going to cancel the whole thing for a minute. We're just going to start again. Okay, so we're going to come out 2 here. We're going to come out 2 here. We're going to come out 2 here. Then we're going to come across here to this point. Then to here, and then we'll come down to there. We'll come out 2 here, 2 here, and again we're going to come around Perfect. The same there to there. All right, so what it's going to do is it's going to feed everything around. And then from here, we can actually come straight down. Like so. And this one, I can dismantle that now. So in construction mode, what I want to do is I want to have storage, bulk resource storages. Okay, so what we are going to do is we are going to start adding all of these along here. So we're going to start with one here. And then I will create a gap. So a couple gap, maybe even a 3 gap, and we'll put the next one down. The idea of this down here at the moment is that we're going to have this line. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're going to need 5 of these, which means we're going to need to remove all of this that we've got here and get rid of all of it because we're going to create a whole new system. So this, we can bulldoze this and get rid of all of this here. Just makes it a bit cleaner. We're going to do the same thing here and get rid of this one. And we're going to get rid of all of this. Now, we already have a lot of slag in there, so we could keep that one, but we're going to put it in a nice line. So once that goes, all we're going to do is make that nice line coming down here. That research was complete. That was the one we did. We're wasting some points, so we're going to go ahead and do this. Again, we need to look at engineering. We've already done the rolling mill. So now we're going to work on the smart concrete. That's going to be the next one that we focus on. Expedition Center is just about ready to go. Cargo truck is sitting idle. That's in the base, so that's good. All right. We're in a much better position right now. Let's continue with this, get this building going.
Research complete.
The research is complete, so we can come outside and we can get ready to start laying this building down. And we also need to think about, so you can see that we've cleared a lot of this already. It's just doing the last little pieces of it now for us. We've got this whole area above where we was. So all this area at the top here, this is all above ground. This is all the power up here. We have a lot of space below it. So one of the things we can put down now is we can build from logistics the Expedition Control Center. This is a really good building for us to have. Doesn't really matter where it goes. But we do need to consider putting it somewhere where the rover can kind of get to it. So it's going to be the rover that's going to be in and out of it. And we do need to load it up with resources. So we are going to leave it somewhere around, I would say, this area here. This kind of feels like a good place to go. We'll put that down just there. It's a huge building. It's going to take a lot to build it. Let's just have a look at the resources to see if we've got everything we need. We need steel. We have that. We have enough smart contract. We have enough silicon right now. We have enough components just. We have enough titanium plates. And we have enough micro circuits. So we're good at the moment. We've got everything we need to do that. We do need to do this contract though, however, and this is a little bit frustrating because we don't have enough here. So we need some more components to be able to do this. Now, we have 20. 10 have been loaded up already, which means that we've got another 20 to load up on here, which we have. So we've got enough to finish this contract. But it does mean that we're not going to have enough to finish this. We need another 20. So we can go to the Commerce Center, Market. We can go to Buy. Components, and we need to buy 20 of these, which is going to cost us nearly 60,000. That's a lot to spend. But that is something we're going to need to be able to finish this. So we're going to spend that money. The cargo pod will come down. And we're actually going to put that cargo pod right next to here because that's where we're going to deliver it.
Research complete.
All right, so the research is the extended tender license, so that's good to have. And there's not really much else we can do at the moment. It is becoming daytime again now. We do need to make sure we've got a research selected. So we're going to just double check. Yep, we have everything there. So the medium solar panel is now underway, which is 9 days to go. And a smart concrete factory as well.
Objective achieved.
The next thing we're going to work on is going to be this large battery. So for that, we're going to need to work down this line here. So the fuel generator is something we're going to need. Utility pole upgrade, fuel factory, and then we can do the large battery. So that's kind of the next thing that we want to do here.
The funds from the contract have been transferred to the account. Keep up the good work.
Perfect. All right, so far so good. Right, now we have a lot of work to do. We've already finished everything that we were doing out here in terms of breaking everything down. There's still a few rocks and things down here, but overall, we've broken down all of the main things that we needed. But we need to continue building now. We need to do these batteries. Now, these batteries, we have enough to build these, but we do need to get them set up. And we really want to do that whilst it's daylight. So it's going to take a lot to do this. We're leaving a nice gap between each one. And we're pretty much just replacing where all of the previous batteries were that we took down. Just to give ourselves a really big power grid. This is one that we can grow into. So it's not one we're going to need to upgrade for quite a while. Also, we really need these solar panels. And that needs a little bit more time. So we're at 50% here. 4 days for the solar panel to be finished. But that's good because it's almost done. In the meantime, what we'll do is get all of these batteries finished. So we need some more green. Next thing is here we can do extended trading license. This reduces the market commissions, allowing for more favorable transactions on the global market. Perfect. We'll work on that. Okay. Not really much else we can do at the moment. We're just figuring out this power source. We're just waiting for the solar panels. We're waiting for the drone to arrive, which it should now do. We go out into global. Yep, this is pretty much there. All right, so blue is what we want. We want some more blues. So fundamental, the private lab, select the type of science points. We want fundamental. We can get plus 60 points for 90 days. It will cost us 30. Plus 100 for 90 days. It will cost us 50. Plus 200 for 90 days. It will cost us 100. For plus 200. Or plus 400, which is the biggest boost, for 20 days. Only 20 days. So if we want 20 days where we can just push out as much research as we want, it's going to cost us 50k. So it's kind of better for us. If we think about the long term of this, that's only for 20 days, but it is plus 400. So if it was plus 200, that would be effectively 40 days, right? So we have to think 80 days, we're getting an extra 10 days. So plus 200 is the best value for money. It is the best value for money, but it is 100k. So if we want to pay out 100k, we get a little bit more. For now, though, 20 days, we'll get plus 400 for 20 days. It's much better to get plus 200 for 90 days, but it is going to cost double. So we could actually get this for 40 days. We could have basically, that would be 40 days. It would be 800, 400 for 20, 400 for 20. We're going to get more here. So we're going to go for the bottom one. Plus 400 for 20 days for 50k. Confirm. All right, we've just got that boost. What that now means is if I go back into research, 1 day for the solar panels. Much, much, much better. Much, much better.
Director, the ASIL Corporation needs materials for desalination stations. We can't leave the region without drinking water, can we?
They need 250 steel and 20 components, and they're going to pay us 70k for it. Well, we'll accept that contract, but if we look at that contract, 35 days to complete it. So, yeah, we are going to have to do that. We really didn't want to do that. We kind of need the steel, unfortunately, but it's come at the perfect time, right? So, what we're going to do, we're not producing any steel at the moment, not properly anyway. Components as well. It's 3.5 ton contract. So we're going to have to go for a bigger pod. It's going to cost more money to send. We could do 2 smaller pods. 2 smaller pods would actually be cheaper. If you look, because that would be 2,800 as opposed to 3,800. So we can do 2 smaller pods. Just means we have to send the components up on a separate mission. So we need to send up this steel. We'll send up the steel. We'll do that first. We're also using a lot of steel on these. And now we've got the solar panels are about to be finished as well. So yeah, this is really going to hurt us. Really going to hurt us. But we do still have steel here. So yeah, we just need the drones to be able to haul this in here. This iron oxide. We are making iron oxide in here. So we do have iron oxide in here. We just need to allow this. So say yes, and they can bring this out. Now, if I push this into here, select the resource, iron oxide. This needs to be built. And then this conveyor can come into here. Everything's going to come out now. And it's going to push down to here. After this, the next one is going to come down to here. Now this one, I can choose what comes in here in terms of resources. Now I just want iron. At the moment, nothing else. Just iron.
Research complete.
So iron being the first resource. So iron will come into here. We'll prioritize iron. Everything else will go through. This one will do the same thing. So we can have a conveyor here that keeps coming down. Like so. And we can do the same thing here. So, in terms of all resources, we don't want iron. In this case, we can say silicon. So we want to bring silicon down. If we do that, again, we can sort of line everything up and put stuff where we need it. So silicon's going to come into here. We'll prioritize silicon. Everything else will continue to come through. So right now you can see. Now this hasn't been built yet, so we're still waiting for the components to go in here. Right, we're wasting science points, so let's just double check and see what's happening here. So this is going to be the yellow one, the engineering. Right, we can finish off that rolling mill. That's kind of been done. Smart concrete factory, we're working on that already. All right, rare earth mineral processing, that's next. We'll get that working. 5 days on the fuel generator, because we're working towards the battery. Kind of want to get the smart contract going though. That's smart concrete's not going to take long. It's only 2 days, so we'll get that out first. Right, and we really do need to get these, so we're going to have to buy all of these components. So again, 1, 2, we need 7 of these, so we're going to need 7 components to finish this off. And then up here, we need to put some power into this. So, really cool thing about this is that we can actually build off of this. Let me just delete that for a second. Put that there, and then that can connect up to that. Okay, perfect. So now that's got power. All of these batteries, they're not built yet. And that's because we're waiting for material. And all of these kind of drones that are hauling and building and working and doing all of their stuff at the moment. So what I can do is if I go to logistics, I've got a hauling drone reconfigurator. So I can put that down. We can build that. I'll make that a priority to build more than anything else. I need components, so I'm going to have to buy components. I'm going to have to buy about another 20 components from the marketplace. So I know I'm going to need those. In fact, didn't that contract need components as well? 20 components. So I need 20 components for that. Plus I kind of need a few myself as well. So we'll go for 30 components. That's quite a lot, but that's what we're going to get. We'll buy those. And we're using up quite a lot of money, so we're going to be careful with that. We'll just chuck that on the floor there so it comes down. We'll connect the power up to this. So we have that option to change. And now we really need to build, because we're going to go into nighttime soon. So we have max consumption at 125. We have enough batteries, so we're absolutely fine now with the batteries that we've got. But we need to make sure that we upgrade the rest of these. Really important that we do this, especially with something like this that takes 75. When this is being used, it takes up 75 energy, which is going to be really, really big. So what we're going to do is we're just going to send out, and this is quite important for us to do this, is the cargo truck. So we kind of want to go out on an expedition, right? So if we go to the moon, come back out, look around. This one, we could pick up the organics, but we need to take the 2 robots. This one, we need to take 20 microcircuits and modular terminals, which we don't have just yet. This one, we just need to send out these. So we're going to set an expedition out. We can take the cargo truck on this, and we're going to take 2 robots with us. Okay, we can do that and send that out. We're not going to send it back to base afterwards, though. We're just going to send that to go and do that job. Then we're going to send them to go and pick up this. So we're going to go up here, down here, and back. We're not going to do this bottom one just yet. And that's going to give us the organics, which we can then sell if we want to, or keep hold of. All right, and we've kind of done everything that we need to do in that initial stage. Now all we need to do is make sure that we have enough money to finish building these out. And again, the only thing these need right now are the components. So it's components that are holding us back right now. And we did tell us to build a component factory. That was the job it was giving us. We haven't done that just yet. We're just kind of waiting at the moment. So we could build out a component factory. We can just produce. We've got the components. We've got enough of the material that we need. So we could just kind of put this down here at the moment and build it out. But it's only going to be a temporary fix. It's not going to be a permanent solution. So I guess at the moment, we kind of don't want to put this down.
Research complete.
Again, we could, because it will save us buying them. But it's kind of a temporary solution, right? Not a permanent fixture. So we can go ahead and put this down, build it. We've got enough material to do that. We'll make it important. And we'll start making components. We've got the smart concrete factory now. So we can actually build this as well. So for smart concrete, again, go to production, smart concrete. It needs 2 inputs. We're not actually going to put both of these inputs in here at the moment, but we are going to go underground to put this down. So the way that this would work with the smart concrete, and again, we're going to be using drones right now, which is not ideal, but it is just something that we can do. This is going to use slag, and it's also going to use silicon. But if we do this, slag and silicon, then we can actually remove all of this. So we can remove this. We can remove this. We can remove this. And we can remove all of this, all of that, that and that. So we kind of don't need that. Now there's nothing in here at the moment. We're going to leave these 2 on the go at the moment. We've got some bricks in there. So we'll just leave those bricks for the moment. But we're going to build this panel instead. Again, we're going to need some microcomputers, which we've got. Components, which we've got. We need steel and titanium plates, which we've got. So we can build this. So we're going to go ahead and connect this up to the power. So we've got it. This one, we're going to select the resource as silicon. So silicon's going to come in here. This one we've already set as ore. So the ore is all kind of jammed up at the moment. Everything's there waiting. What we need to do is build another one of these. So
Research complete.
that's going to be the 3rd one. That's going to be the 4th one there. So we've already got iron. We've already got silicon that we know. Next thing we're going to do is titanium. So titanium's going to come into there. And then after titanium, we can pick what we want. In this case, we're going to go for aluminium. All right, we've got enough. We're actually out of silicon at the moment. So we're going to have to consider how much silicon we're going to need. At the moment, it doesn't look like we need that much. So we're going to go ahead and remove this and this and this because we've got nothing in there. We can also remove the bricks because we don't need that. And we've got nothing there either, so we can remove all of that. So everything's kind of gone now. We've got rid of everything. That also means that we can remove this, this, and this. This one, and this one. We'll kind of just clean everything up.
Objective achieved.
Alright, so the rolling mill has been completed. It's getting a bit darker in here now because we've just removed all the power, but that's fine.
Director, we've temporarily stabilized the Hope 2 station, which was damaged during the meteorite impact. The station's orbit height continues to decline, and the closer it gets to the moon, the harder it becomes to transmit messages from our control point. We've sent you the coordinates of the cargo terminal, which we use to communicate with orbital stations. You'll need to see what condition the terminal is in. Contact Hope 2 and get navigation data for the expedition to the site of the meteorite impact.
Okay.
All right, we need to get in touch with Hope 2 and prepare to receive the expedition operators. Well, Crust never gives us a simple task.
This is true. We know we need to do that, so that's going to be the next thing that we need to do. But for now, let's just finish building out this power grid, because this is kind of what we need to do right now. Alright, so we're building out the infrastructure downstairs at the moment. We're building out all of these pods, so we've now got 4. We're going to build another one, so that's going to be 5. 6. We're going to do one more. 7. Right, so that is all of the pods that we're going to lay down. So now what we want is conveyor belts. And these conveyor belts are just going to keep going in like so. We're just going to pause while we build these. We're just going to keep building like so. All the way down. Perfect. All right, we'll build that out. So this one at the bottom, we're going to select, this will be the slag. So now we've got iron resources. We've got silicon resources. Titanium resources. Aluminium resources. Now we can go ahead and do some rare earth elements. And I guess it also makes sense if we have some regolith. Actually, no, we don't need regolith. Sorry, I apologize. That one. Whoops, that was the wrong button to press. That's how easy it is to make a mistake, so you have to be very careful. I don't think that's going to...
You can't build
No,
here.
not going to let us build now, so we'll have to get rid of that. Perfect. And then this one is going to be slag. And then any regolith that we've got, we're actually going to put here instead. That's got 30 and 30 coming out. So we don't actually need anything else in there at the moment. We don't need anything in there. We've got silicon and silicon up there. That'll be another 30 and 30. So that's going to be titanium. We need some more iron, really. Don't have enough iron coming in. We'll figure that out in a bit. All right, cool. So for now, we'll just put this one down here, and this will just be the regolith on its own. Perfect. So we'll just store that up. Actually, no, that's probably not the best place to put it. We'll put the regolith. Because I want to consider if we were to build another one of these. I guess if we did that, we could put it there. Yeah, that would fit there like so. So that would make sense. So in that case, this can go somewhere like, I guess, that for now. Perfect. That's going to be just regolith. We'll just leave that. Get rid of that one. Smart concrete factory, that's fine. Pressing module, we can actually get rid of that now. We don't need it. Which means we can get rid of that and that. Also means we can get rid of that. Perfect. And we have a lot of slag in there, but that can all go as well. So we'll get rid of that. That just makes life a lot easier. We've just cleaned everything up and rebuilt this whole system now. But it's working a lot better for us. Now, I don't think we've... Have we identified this yet? Yes, we have. All right, so we've got silicon here and silicon here. So the next thing that we need to do is put down a extractor. So we can go ahead and put down another extractor here. We've already got this extractor here. So that's going to be 2 extractors now that are going to combine in. And we can do exactly the same thing here. So we can simply just mirror this factory. But we can just spin it around the other way. And that's going to do exactly the same thing. Now to do that, I am going to have to remove this. But that's fine, we can do that. If I actually focus on getting that one removed quickly, I can actually get rid of that and that as well, and then I can fix all of that in a minute. But what I want to do is I want to build this. I just want to flip it so it's on the other side. But basically, so it is doing the same thing. So the conveyor belt will come out of the front. They'll go around the side. But this time we're going to build it down a slightly offset. And the reason for that is that we want it to come down and join this other one. So what we're going to do is conveyor belts will come out like so. And I don't need to come out far. So they only need to come out to there. Same with this one. Same with this one. Just need to come out 1 square each. Perfect. This is going to be the input. So is this. So this one's going to come down to here. That is then going to come in. This one will join it here. So they will both come in. This one will come to here. This one to here. This one to here. That one to there. That one to there. And then this will come over to here. And join it. 25 grand to build all of that. And now all of our production facilities are in these two single buildings here. So all we need to do now is connect up the power. So we already have 1 power there. This one's actually irrelevant now. We're not even using it. So we can go ahead and remove that. And instead, we'll put this power across to here. Across to here. I just want to do this because it's going to brighten it up. It's quite nice to have these lights. That will connect to there. That will connect to there. And this one, I hope, will connect to there. All right, so looking at the network, everything is going to be powered and connected, which is great. Very nice and very simple. And everything is down here ready to be worked on later. We do need to just clear this box. We can do that later. All right, let's not waste any science. Let's go back into engineering and look at what we need next. So we can do an upgrade. We don't really need the extended trading license, so we can do this one instead. It's going to be a bit easier. All right, there's something that's got no connection. Okay, so that's outside here. All right, that's the components factory that we set up. So having a look now, max consumption is 75. We've really reduced our max consumption by upgrading everything. We've got 160 output at the moment. but we're going to really struggle because we need these solar panels. We don't actually have them. So now electricity, we've got the medium solar panels that we can put down. We can go ahead and start placing these now. And we've got the ability to place these down. Actually, let's go ahead and just delete those. And the reason for that is I kind of want to keep them in line here. So we'll go from this way. And there's a single gap there, but that's fine. Everything's all laid up. It all looks nice. It's all clean.
You can't build here.
Whoops. A little bit of a mistake there. We'll just remove that. All right, now there is a lot here. We don't actually need all of these, and we're going to be running out of resources. So again, the key today is to upgrade this power grid. That's kind of what we're doing now. Just getting this power grid to a point where it's ready to go. We've actually sorted out downstairs as well. So now we just need to rewire everything. It's nighttime, so we can do all of this until it's daytime. And then hopefully if all of this is built by the time it's daytime, well, life's just going to be a lot easier for us. So that was snaking around to there. What we're going to do is, with the wire, we're actually going to cut that. And instead we're going to build this all the way along here. You can just hold down the mouse button while you're doing this. It just makes life a little bit easier for you. And then, okay, so that's now connected to there. So the best way we're going to be able to connect this across, we're going to need to dismantle a few of these. So it's only temporary, but what we're going to do is just disconnect those wires. And then from here, holding down the shift key, we're just going to come across like so, all the way across here like so. Nice and easy to connect everything up. All right, it's all connected. Perfect. Now we have a completely upgraded network. Everything is being built. We can just keep an eye on that. Now the solar panels are going to start to get made.
The drones have removed the debris, extracted the cargo, and salvaged damaged equipment. Thanks to their precise work, we managed to get the fuel tanks out without incident.
Nice.
Send a cargo truck to collect the goods.
Perfect. So let's do that. That is out here. So look at this, 480 fuel, 45 components. We've got the 2 robots. We've got everything else here. We've already got the truck. It's there. So all we need to do is just fill everything up. Send the truck. It's already there. It's going to take a little while for that to work. So we'll just...
Objective achieved.
Perfect. This has now got everything in it. We can now head down to this expedition here. So again, we'll just take that cargo. We'll pick everything up from there. So we'll fill that up and we'll send it. It's going to do the same thing. Then we need to head on to here. Now, if we check, we can see what's on board. Right, let's cancel that. We can see what we've got on board. Now, we don't have enough to go down to this one. So once we finish this, and we're doing this expedition at the moment, so once this expedition is finished, we can just head back home afterwards. That's the private lab, cargo terminal coordinates, and a demolished structure over there. So we can send this over here at the moment. We can go over to this demolished structure right now, just to go and investigate. We've got enough battery, so we're good. That's going to finish off that. And then we can head back to the cargo terminal coordinates, which is where we need to go next. We've done everything else we need to do at the moment. So we're going to head over there next. But that'll be the story, which will continue in the next video. For this video, we just need to look at what we need to build. Now, at the moment, silicon and steel is what we're missing. So we have some steel. We're trying to build out a few things at the moment. And we have no productions anymore. So we've actually... We've run out of, we've stopped all of our productions right now. So what we need to do is just build out some new productions. So let's just go ahead and we'll do our smelting furnace. So now we have, oh, we must have pressed the wrong button there. That's definitely a mistake. I didn't mean to do that. Let's go ahead and build this again. That was meant to be our iron oxide. Connect that up. Going to pause while we build that because we need to... That's only going to send iron oxide in there anyway. It'll actually, if we say priority, it'll actually say iron oxide once it's built. It won't let anything else go in there. Well, it shouldn't do anyway. And if not, we'll just say iron oxide only. And if anything else gets stuck in there, well, we can just drop it on the floor.
Research complete.
Rare earth mineral process. Okay, that's done. Oh, that's not a good idea. We don't want to put those power lines down there, do we? We need to move those. Kind of want to keep everything clear from this area. So we can continue the wiring, but let's just do it from here. Perfect. All right, that's nice and clean. So far, so good. So we need some more power to run everything. If we look up top, we've got a lot building at the moment. So in order for these to build, we need silicon. We don't have any silicon. So what we're going to do is go to the commerce center. Well, first of all, let's just go down the bottom here and see what we need and what we've got. So silicon oxide. Oh, this is that horrible contract as well. So we need to send the rest of these resources. Sent everything there. We're just going to send the rest of it. We don't have enough components. We are going to have to buy some more components. We need steel. We need silicon. We can make some. But let's just pause while we figure this out. So we have all of this material here. This we're going to build. We just need some steel for this. Once we've got the steel, we can start producing. So the way that we can do this is construction, production, smelting. Now we've got the ability, and this is why we kind of left this gap here. We've got the ability to put these down here. Now we don't really want to put these down here. We want to put them upstairs, but at the moment we can't quite do that. So it's kind of just like a temporary solution for now. So what we're going to do is instead we're going to place these just here like so. So that will be the first one. And then we're going to have one down here like so. Now the problem we've got at the moment is we didn't really leave enough of a gap. We should have left a little bit more of a gap. Now that's fine because eventually these are going to go upstairs. So we don't need to worry too much about these. This is only like a temporary solution. But because of this, we kind of want to do this instead. And we can just kind of stagger these out at the moment. This isn't ideal, but it does work just for a temporary solution. We could have just made them an extra couple of... But we don't want to come down too far. It becomes too big and too much. So, again, this is only a temporary solution. We'll swap this out later. Now, we've got to watch our money because we're going to run out of money soon. But we do need to build this out. So, what we're going to do is conveyors. This conveyor is going to come into here. It's also going to come into here. This is going to make steel. And so is this. Then we're going to do exactly the same as we did before with this conveyor. This one's going to come into here. This one into here. This one is going to be making silicon. And so is this one. Perfect. So again, we can keep moving out this if we need to. The only problem is at the moment is we have nowhere for this to go afterwards. So what we want is for this to then connect out and feed out. So in order for us to do that, well, we kind of need to do this. And that's why we have to stagger these so they don't all overlap for now. Just for now. Again, it's just a temporary situation. We're going to build that out for now. I don't think that one went in. Nope, it didn't. This one didn't either. Perfect. So that'll go into both of these. That'll go into both of these. For this, we need components. So we need 2, 4, 6. We need 8 components right now. Let's just build those for now whilst we're waiting. We do have a component factory that is building components, but at the moment it needs steel. So what we can do, and actually this is stuck on here and this needs components as well. We're going to have to build a new... All right. We need some steel to do this. We need to build another landing pad. And we need to get some steel. Okay, good fun. Kind of shot ourselves in the foot just a little bit, but it's okay. It's okay. Problem we've got at the moment is we need some steel, and we don't currently have any. So the steel all went up on that last contract. So that last contract's kind of put us in a predicament right now. We actually also can't land anything because this is here, so we'd have to get rid of this contract. This contract is 10 days out, so yeah, we're in a little bit of trouble right now. We just need to get that out. What we could do, I believe we've got all the steel that we need. Yeah, we haven't got enough for this to work. So the way around this, what we could do is we could... Nope, there's nothing there either. We could destroy some of these batteries. Now that's going to be really frustrating to do, but it is going to give us some material back. Now if we look at what it takes to build a battery, it does take 1 bit of steel. So frustrating that we're only going to get 1 bit of steel back, but it is 1 bit of steel and we do kind of need it right now. So the other thing we've got is the rover, but that's out on a mission at the moment, so we don't really want to wait on that. Do you know what? Actually, don't worry. We can do this. We can do this a different way. We can't actually stop that, I don't believe. All right, we'll just have to let that go, and actually we'll get rid of this one. That's just going to make life a lot easier if we get rid of that. Right, they're actually going to come and take this one down. We're going to put a new one up.
Research complete.
Reconnect that. Okay. Now what we need is this has to be top priority. Not anything else, just this. So we need steel. Oh, we've built a new landing pad. This is perfect. This is exactly what we needed. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go and send for some steel, because that's kind of what we're missing at the moment. So we're going to buy. We just buy 300 steel for now. That's fine. Right, that cargo pod's going to come in. We can also go out and just sort ourselves out with some silicon, because we're missing a bit of silicon as well. Again, it's not going to cost that much for us to do this. We don't even need that much. So we'll just grab some of that. All right, that's these two arriving. Components. Right, now we have enough to get the components that we need, so let's just have a look at how much components are going to cost. We only need about 6 of them. You know what? We're going to buy some components as well. It's a quick buy. It fixes that and gets that contract out in time. So that contract's now done. we're wasting science, so we need to make sure we've got engineering on the go. That's good. We'll get those working. All right, and then underground, we should be able to finish all of these parts. So this one needs steel. So does that, so does that. So these are all going to be finished now, which is fantastic, because that was really holding us back.
We've made a decent profit and saved an entire region from extinction.
Good.
I consider this a great bonus for those who were concerned about short-term gains. Right,
agree.
Alice?
Yep, I agree. It worked out well. All right, so this is almost done as well. This is now everything's going to be connected. That's now being built. All of the power's being built and turned on. It will now finish building off these. These need components. We have some components. We've got some money left now, so we need like another 10 components. We reached the research outpost, which means we get some more research, which is good. And now we need to build out the components again. And this one as well. So we found more. So right now, we're kind of finding a lot of stuff right now. We can't do anything with this at the moment. We simply don't have what we need for it. There is stuff up here. We do want to go and get this stuff. This is steel components and other bits like this. We also want to take all this stuff back because we can sell a lot of this and use it. But let's head over. So we're going to set an expedition for the cargo. We'll fill everything. And once it's filled, then we can head back to base. Don't need the private lab anymore. That's the cargo, which is the last place to go. We do want to do the Evermoon and just finish that off. But we need to buy a few things for that. So we'll head to base. We'll pick up the rest of the bits, head to base. We'll buy these bits that we need. And then we'll go and do the Evermoon. And then that's finished. And then that'll pretty much wrap up today's video. All right. So we'll leave the other rover at the moment. We don't need that to do anything. It's just going to relax.
Malachite is about to set up their production facility on the moon and is asking us for missing construction materials. Check out the contract on the control.
All right, we'll have a look at it, but I'll be honest with you. I think we're going to accept it, but we're going to just leave it there for now because these contracts are kind of screwing us up a little bit. Now this one, we're going to lose 25 grand if we don't do it quickly, but also it's indefinite, so we can just leave it. I don't mind leaving this for the sake of 25 grand because it will just screw us up at the moment to do that. So we have to draw a line. All right, this isn't connected. So we have all of the bits that we need. This is going to finish building this now. That's good. We actually need to finish this one as well. We have enough steel to do that, so that's fine. This also needs power. Perfect. All right. Everything's connected up. Everything's working. Everything's good. Up here, we've got all of these working now. So we've got all this. So this is great because we're in day at the moment. This was what we wanted to finish off today. So 160 capacity with all of the batteries almost set up. It's becoming nighttime, but we're actually not using that much. So if we go ahead and look at our power grid, we just need to finish building these. And actually, we've got just silicon is the only thing that we're missing at the moment. And we kind of have enough silicon, I believe. We just need some components. So 2, 4, 6, 8. Well, let's just say maybe 10 components. So we're going to go ahead and buy 10 components and a little bit of silicon as well. Not too much, but just a bit. Just allows us to finish off what we were doing here. This just needs some silicon as well. All right, so that will finish at night time. And we're running out of money, but that's okay because we'll have enough money in the next video. We'll look at doing contracts and Now we're all set up. We're ready to earn some money. We are wasting science points though, and we don't want to be doing that. So we need some fundamentals. All right, let's look at what we need here. We need the elevator for conveyor belts. That's a big one for us to get. We also want the drone upgrades and the fuel factory. Now we've got a lot of power coming out here, so we want to make the most of this while we can and grab all the bits that we can grab. So that's fine. These are almost finished. Just doing the last few now. We've got enough components now. We are going to need some bricks. We're running out of bricks. But we've now got to the point where we have completely and finished and upgraded our network. That is now complete. So our output capacity will be a lot higher. So you've got to think we have line of 5, which is 50. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of those. So that is going to be in a total, if you think each of those is putting out 50, or each of those is putting out 10, sorry. All right, and we've got, so each line of 2 is putting out 100. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, that's 400 output, which is great for us for now. In terms of an input, mass consumption is 250. We've got 400 total, and we've got a lot of power here. A lot of power. So, next daytime that comes round, that's going to charge up. Power is now sorted. So, tick today, that was the goal for today. It's taken us an hour and a half, but we fixed it.
Complete.
That's now done. The next thing that we need to do, so it says not enough power to run the module at the moment, but we'll get the power tomorrow. For now, that is set up and running. That is set up and running. Everything's jammed up at the moment, but that is absolutely fine. We could just drop these on the floor if we wanted to. So if we were to do this, drop all this on the floor, everything will start pushing through. We can pick that stuff up later. What we want is for this to come through here. Nice. So, again, we can drop all this stuff on the floor at the moment. There's not really much we can do with it.
Research complete.
Right, that was a slag. What was this that's here? Titanium's there. Aluminium's there. Yep, so aluminium's going through. That's going through. We're going to set all of these as a priority so it makes sure that they go in that direction. And then anything else that we've got here, we're just going to dump at the moment. The drones will come and pick this stuff up in a minute anyway, so it's not a problem. Perfect. Right, so everything should now be running quite nicely. Yep, titanium's going in there. That's good. This is now going in there like it's meant to. That's now going in there like it's meant to. Oh, that's already got some stuff in it. So I just need to drop the stuff that was in there because there was a couple of bits in there. Same with that. There's nothing in that one anymore. That one's got everything it needs. Perfect. All right. So now that should be filling up. So now everything's filling up, which is great. That's exactly what we wanted. It's a little bit dark down here, but that's fine. We can sort that out later. Conveyor Mark 2s are now finished. So that's great because we needed those. So now we can start upgrading our conveyor belts. So what we need to consider here is this conveyor belt here. If we click on it, we can now upgrade it. That's going to make it go a lot quicker. So we're going to come down here, upgrade all of these. It's going to cost us a bit of money to do so. But that's fantastic because it means that everything's going to be like running so much quicker. So we'll do the same with this. We'll upgrade this one. And this one and this one. Perfect. Just anything that's running around the outside, we'll just upgrade it. We don't need to, but we're gonna do that. All right, so that's all moving a lot quicker now. Still not quick enough. It's still a bit janky at the moment, so we still want to upgrade it again. But for now, it's definitely progress. Now, we could bring that down as 2 separate lines if we wanted to and feed it in that way instead. And it would definitely make life a lot quicker. But the fact that we're bringing out 1, you've got to think what we're bringing out here a minute. So that's 20, 30, so 20, 40, 50, so that's 60. Yep, in total, 60 per minute is coming out. And 60 is coming out there. So we've got 120 coming out at the moment. So 60 out of that one and 60 out of that one. So we have 120 meeting here. Now, because we've upgraded these lines, and if we just have a quick look at this, we're wasting some science again. So let's just make sure we're not. Green is what we're missing. We'll go for the colonist hiring market this time, just to get that one out. We've got blue and yellow coming next, so that's fine. Okay, so what we need to understand here is that the conveyor belts, the level tow conveyor belts, can transport up to 150 resources per minute. What we need to do is upgrade these. So if we click on this, these are what are now holding us up. So what we're going to do is just upgrade these. Again, we're spending a bit of money on these, but it's worth it. Because by upgrading these, it's going to upgrade the conveyor belts attached to them. There we go. So now we've upgraded everything. It should run really nice and smooth. So there we go. So now everything's running at 120, which means we have this nice constant flow. Apart from when it gets to here and it's running at 60. But that's fine, because we won't have more than 60 coming in here anyway. We have a nice constant flow now. So we've got our iron coming into here, our silicon coming into here, so that's good. We actually have all of this regular being stored up, which is nice. So now what we need to do is look at buildings that we can make. So we've got this smart concrete factory. So the slag's in here, so that's great. And the silicon oxide's going to be in there as well. Now the silicon oxide at the moment is being used in here. So we have to think about how much of this we're actually creating. So 31 silicon is coming in, all right? Of which we're using 18. So the rest of it is going to eventually start backing up. Once this gets full, that will start to back up, then this will start to fill. Once that happens, it'll actually start filling up this. What we could do is move this over to this side here, just for now. We can continue this over the side here, and we've got this, if we wanted to bring it over to the other side, and we've got a bit of this slag, so we can bring this slag up as well. So that's another option that we have if we wanted to just be a bit more efficient with how we're building and what we're doing. So what we'll do for the process of this is think about what else we need to build. So we've got this, we need bricks as well. So that's going to be the 3 standard things that we need. So bricks, let's just remove that, and instead let's place it over this side. Now we've got to be careful about money. We're running short on money at the moment. But our smart concrete factory, we press T, we can actually flip this, so we can flip the imports to the other side, which makes life a little bit easier when we're building these. Okay, and then what we're going to do here as a result is we're going to conveyor up to here and into there. So we have more conveyors coming into here. Now the last conveyor that we're going to need, and this is going to need some work, is going to be a big one into here like so. 11,250 that's going to cost. We've got just enough money to be able to do that. We'll go ahead and build it. We're down to our last 400 credit. So, not much money left. Let's go back out. And let's look at what we need to finish this contract. Now, we're going to run out of time on this, but we don't care. We're going to leave that. Instead, if we go to the market, let's have a look at what we can sell. So if we click on sell, we've actually got quite a few of these, which are worth quite a bit of money. So we could, if we wanted to, sell 3,000 of these. And we'd actually make ourselves 77,000. So we're going to do that. Now we're going to go into negative balance as a result of this. Only till that lands.
Director, our main account balance has reached a
And it's okay.
critical low, which poses a significant risk to our company's operations. It's important to remember that constructing conveyors and laying electrical wires entails financial expenses. Moreover, all capsule shipping operations, including sending contracts or buying and selling resources, incur transportation costs that are our responsibility. Without funds in our account, logistics will come to a halt. I will initiate a transfer of 30,000 credits from our reserve account, but please be cautious, as this exhausts our reserve funds. Proceed with care and closely monitor our credit balance.
Yep, so we get an extra 30,000 credits, but that's the only time we can do it. So we've got that bonus now, and also we're going to make some more money anyway. But if that happens again, then we're screwed, so we need to be careful. Also, we've got the conveyor elevator now, so that's the next thing that we wanted. We'll talk about that later. That's going to be in the next video. All right, so something's not connected up to power, which is actually that. So let's go ahead and wire that up. All right, so now we have the output for bricks, so that's fantastic.
Package delivered.
Excellent. So now all of this basic material is going to be heading out. So what we're going to do, because we just finished, we've got all of this coming in as well, look. So we're going to have to unload all of this. We're going to put that kind of up there for now. Unload all of that from the rover. And now we've got these 3 basic elements here, right? So we've got the iron rods that are being made. We've got the silicon that's being made. And we've got the smart concrete that's being made. So what we're going to do now, because of this, is we're just going to check what's coming in. So we have 20 iron out of there, and we have 4 iron out of there, which means in total, well, 19 iron and 4 iron, so about 22 iron roughly. We're using 18. So we have a little bit extra iron, which is good, that's fine. But it does mean eventually we will back up, eventually. So we could put another one of these down. Just means then that one of them won't be inefficient, but it means that we'll be constantly making these iron rods. So it's not a bad idea to put another one of these down. What we also need to consider at this stage, and actually I think the way we can do this is we can change these and what they are. So for now, I can put another one of these down just here like so. I can also do the same thing here. I can do the same thing here. And what this is actually going to build is we're going to have 3 of these for now. Now, again, we're going to have the same thing here. So if we have a look at how much silicon's been. There's 3 silicon, 28. So 28, that's actually 31 silicon. 9, 18. Right, so let's think about this. We only need 3 iron at the moment because we have 19 and 3. Okay? Or 4. So that's fine. We're going to build a 3rd one. And we're going to make that do steel because that's what we want. But these ones we're actually going to make to do silicon. And let me explain why. We're going to remove these silicon ones from here. We don't need these ones on here. In fact, we don't even need these to be so far apart. We could have put them closer together. We could even move it. Not a problem to do that. What this is going to allow us to do is feed in over here to these. Now, we're going to need power for this to work. But what we're going to have here is 3 iron. Alright, and so we get that conveyor belt that we've got here. And we'll just build that into there. So that's going to work as a manifold system, okay? Now, what we're going to have, we need to, again, put power in. We'll do the power in a minute. Let's delete that and that. We're going to delete that one and that one. And for now, we're just going to delete this as well. Just for the moment. We'll put it back in a sec. I'll explain why. I also just want to kind of get rid of that for now. All right, so now what we're going to do is think about how much do we have coming out here. So we have 3 coming out of there and about 30 coming out of there. So about 33, right? How much are going in? 9, 18. All right, if we have this, it's going to be 27. So we're going to need another one. We're actually going to need 4 of them in total. All of these are going to be making silicon, which is great for us. Okay, so now what we're going to do is this pipe. We're just going to get rid of this bit. Just a little bit there. All right, this conveyor is going to come all the way along to here, and then it's going to go into there. Also into there, and into there, like so. All right, so now that, we build all of that out. That's going to be all of this pushing in. And that's going to be all of our silicon. So we've got iron and silicon now, all in a nice line. We can't extend it as such unless we change this over and we mess about with the manifolds. We can do that quite easily. We can just keep extending out if we need to. And then what we're going to have on the other end here, in this conveyor, is this is going to come all the way along to the end here like so. Now the reason we're doing this is this one's also going to come out, this one's going to come out, so is this one, and this one, and this one, and this one. They're all going to connect up like so. We'll build that. Nice and easy. Alright, next thing we need to do is add our power. So we've got this power network here. We're going to have to build a couple more of these, so we'll just do this. All right, that's all connected up nicely. We've got all the power. And again, we've got so much power now. Max consumption 224, batteries 400. We're fine. We're absolutely fine. We need a bit more science points, so we'll use some engineering. We're moving down to the next level now, so we can do a large storage, which could be quite nice to have. Okay. The cargo truck is done. This can now go back out on its expedition. So what we're going to do, we're going to send this out, set this up on an expedition. It needs to go to Evermore service. Okay. We need to fill everything that it needs to go out with. We need these items, which we don't currently have at the moment. So we're going to have to buy those in, which is fine. We can do that. What we need and what we want to build, because we're going to need a few bits, is we actually want to build in logistics this conveyor elevator. This is a new item that we've got. So if we put this down, kind of just here for now, what this is going to allow us to do is this conveyor elevator is going to allow us to take items from here, and if we put the conveyor belt down, that is going to push everything into this conveyor elevator. But to do this, we need modular frames. We don't have any modular frames. So we need to look at what it is that we need to buy. We need to buy quite a few items. So, in order to do this, we're just going to make a quick note of what we need, just so that when we buy them, we know that we're not messing anything up. So, we need 6 modular frames. We also need, and we have these at the moment, we've got enough microcircuits. We actually need some concrete at the moment, so let's just say 100 concrete. Should be more than enough for now. We've got enough of those, we've got enough of those, so we've got everything else we need there, but we also need these on the top. So we're going to need 12 modular frames, because whatever we've got on the bottom, if we look upstairs, look, it's also here. And remember we said about where we were going to put this? This was like the perfect place for us to put it. But we also need these here as well. So we need 12 modular frames. Also, when the rover comes back in here, we need these microcircuits. And we need these modular terminals. So let's have a quick look at what we need. Commerce center, market. We need modular frames. We know we need 12 of these. Right, that's going to cost us 28,000. We also, in the same one, can get these modular frames that we need. Can't remember how many we needed now. I've forgotten. Going to have to come back out. 10. Sorry, it was 10, wasn't it? So, let's do those first. 10 of these. It's going to be quite expensive. 68,000. And do we have enough to get the 12 modular frames that we need? No, we don't have enough balance to do that. That is unfortunate. All right, well, we'll leave the modular we'll leave those for now. We'll just do the frames. And we did say we needed a little bit of concrete. So we'll just do a little bit of concrete. It's pretty cheap at the moment, so that's fine. All right, 35. We'll buy that. Cargo pod is ready. We'll just chuck that down. Research is complete. That's nice. All right, the next thing we're going to need is to sell. We'll sell some of that rare earth material that we've got. So market, sell. Now we can do another 3,000 tons of this. Sell that for 47. The price is actually really low on this at the moment. We don't really want to be selling that if we can help it. We do have nanotubes. Nanotubes are quite expensive, so we'll just get rid of the nanotubes instead. And the rare earth elements, we'll get rid of those. So we don't need that, that's fine. The nanotubes, we'll get rid of those instead. Now we should be able to buy these 10 modular terminals that we need that are super, super expensive at the moment. Yeah. So we're at 100% battery now. Everything is completely fully charged, which is great. Nothing to worry about there. We've got far, far too many solar panels for now, which is good. That's just finishing loading these up for us. We'll put these both on free so it fills them up first. That's going to send that up. We'll get the money from that when it goes. And as soon as we get that money, we'll finish loading this up. So we need 7. We need 10 and 10, basically. All right, let's see if we've got enough to do this. Market buy. First thing we'll do is get our 10 of these. I only want 10 of them. Okay, and then can we afford 10 of these as well? We can just. We're running out of money though, so that's enough for that. Cargo pod, we'll just put the cargo pod down here because it's going to go straight into there. All right. Happy days, right. That's now going to go. Now that's going to get sent off and it's going to go and do its job. So that will finish off that part. The last thing that we're going to do while that's off and on its way is we have all of this resource coming down here. Now, I made a bit of a mistake with this, so I'm just going to fix this very quickly. That actually needs to come up to there. Oh, that's a lot to build. Let's see if I can get rid of this one. And that. Because that was a mistake. Can't really build that at the moment. Don't have enough money. You only get like 50% back. You don't get everything back, but that will lift that up in a minute. So this is now going to move all of this from down here to up the top, which is great because we have all of this stuff here being pushed up, which means it's all coming up here now. The really cool thing about that is we can start to build out now storage. So if we go to storage, we're actually building out large storage. Now we need a little bit of a, in order for this to work, we need a little bit of time. But we are working on our large storage right now. So whilst we're waiting on that, we'll just do the small storage just as a temporary measure. And what we want to do is very simple. We want to put these kind of just down here. So we're going to put down 1. Then we're going to put down a 2nd. And then we're going to put down a 3rd. Now we're going to grab the conveyor belts. We're going to pause this. And the first conveyor belt is going to come just down to there. Oh, no, it's not. The first conveyor belt is going to come down to there. The first conveyor belt is going to come down to there. Like so. Then this one into here. And this one into here. This is going to be responsible for steel. This one is going to be responsible for silicon. And this one is going to be responsible for bricks. Now we're also bringing up the slag, because that was going to be another problem that we had, if you remember. We needed... Actually, no, we don't need that that's downstairs, do we? No, sorry, I made a mistake. We don't want to bring that up. Right, let's... Conveyors, dismantle. We don't want any of that. We've also got rid of all of this as well. But that's okay. That's okay for now, because what we actually want to do, that was my mistake. We can build all of that. That's perfect. I need to go into construction mode and into production for smart concrete. I need to press T to rotate this round. And I can't quite build this where I want to build it.
You can't build here.
Nope. And the reason for that is because I actually need to come into here. I need to just clear just a little bit of space just there. Now, I don't actually have, if I come up to the surface, I don't have any drones doing this at the moment. So I'll make some hauling drones, and I'm also going to make a couple of drones. In fact, I can make 5 hauling drones now. That's fine. Everything else is good. All right. So these are going to just clear out this area. So I'm not making any bricks at the moment. That's the problem. So what we're going to do is in production, smart concrete factory. Press T to rotate this. What we're trying to do is line this up so it's perfectly aligned here. All right. Now it doesn't actually matter where this goes, but we're going to put it just here. Like so. We're then going to take this conveyor belt and we're going to place it there like so. And the next thing we need to do, which we're not quite ready to do yet, is we need to build this. And look at that. Perfectly. That perfectly fits on there. And then that is going to go into there. Great. So that's 15 grand that we need to build that. Right. So we'll come back to that in a moment because we're not quite ready for that at the moment. This one we're going to put on a priority. This one as well we'll put on a priority. And then that one, which are going to be bricks, we'll put on a priority. So there's only 3 things that are going to come up there. And now we don't need to come downstairs to get these items anymore because they're going to be up here instead. So everything's above ground now. So it just makes life a little bit easier with what we're doing. All of the raw material is processed downstairs. And then all of the components are going to come upstairs. And then we can deal with them once they're upstairs. So again, we can fix that later and sort that out. But for now, we can even do this and it will move all of this bricks from here. It will put it into here. If we put these on top priority right now,
Research complete.
all of that will be completed and sorted out. All right. This is going to need power before it works. And then we just need the money. So all we're going to do is come out, go into our market, have a look at anything that we've got that we can sell that's worth a little bit of money. Got none of the big stuff. We've got some fuel, actually. Quite a bit of fuel. We can sell all of that. 158k. So, not bad. Let's do that. We can make some fuel later, so that's fine. That's quite a lot of fuel, though. So we can do 9 ton of it at the moment. That's good enough. 67k. If we wanted to. $63k if we do the rest of it. So we'll do two lots. We're minus 15k in cash at the moment, but that's because we've just ordered in 2 of these. That's why we're in debt. But they're going to load up and then they're going to go. They're going to use all the fuel that we've got. We drop that fuel off somewhere over here. Oh, there it is. The fuel's just over here. That's all the stuff that it dropped off. So once that's loaded up, we're good to go. 30 days of power left, 81%, which is great. We can start doing more scans underneath now. We're only using 284 power. That's gone, and that's going to put us in a nice bit of profit. 76k. This one's going to go up and do the same thing, which means I can now finish the build, which now means all of this slag that we're getting is going to come into here. And everything's working. It's all flowing really nicely at the moment. The only problem is, oh, we're backing up a little bit on here, but that's only because this stuff can't go up. And the reason for that is, oh, going to be something up here. Right, it does appear.
Research complete.
Yeah, look, we got a couple of bits in there that we didn't want in there. So now that's fine. We just took that bit out and it's fine. Excellent. The fuel factory is now done, so that's good. We've got some science points, so we can continue with those now. Large storage is nearly done, which is really good. So we need some more green. And I guess at this point we can start with the living quarters. And we can start working on some of the stuff that we missed out. We kind of pushed our way all the way down the side here. We've only got one more of these to do. We can actually finish that if we want, but it's got quite a few days, 66 days for that to be finished. So yeah, we can leave that, but yeah, there's a few other things that we are going to want to work through. And we can get towards that. But that is pretty much now the whole right side of the green is done. We kind of pushed ahead to do that, which is good. Because we were so busy getting this set up here. And again, this is pretty much done as well now. So we want to do this upgrade. This will be a nice upgrade, but we'll do that a bit later. We're going to get a large storage, which is good for us. All of the other stuff is nice because it's just upgrades for us. We want to do circuits. So this is a big one for us to have circuits. All of this now is just upgrades. So we're not too worried about anything else there at the moment. Conveyors Mark III is going to double the transfer speed, so we'll need that later. Then we've got the modular terminus factory. Lots more upgrades and things that we can look at later. But that's kind of the main bulk of the engineering. Back to fundamentals. And we've kind of done the bulk of what we needed to do here. It would be nice, I guess if we just take out those two at the moment, it would be nice to kind of have the utility pole. So we finish that off. And the repeater. And then that's kind of just finished off those top 2 levels. We've finished off the kind of top 4 levels on here. And we're just going to work on this next. All right, so that's it. We've kind of done everything we needed to do today. This is now working really cleanly. We've got everything that we need. We're making enough smart concrete, which is good. We've picked up a lot of the stuff that was here. That's all being done. That's all being moved. Got stuff there, but that'll all get moved and pushed over as well. Down here now, you can see all of this working really cleanly now. Really cleanly. There's a lot of stuff that needs to be picked up. That will all take time, but that'll all get picked up. We have to consider as well, we've only got 5 robots here at the moment as well. So what I might do is just take this, just have maybe just 2 haulers, because I've got 2 of the others as well. And then the rest of them we'll leave as they are, so. All right. That's us. We're done. We've done everything that we need to do at this stage. This all works. This is all moving now, so that's all moving nice and quickly. This is not really got that much in it. This is empty. That's fine. Now this one is storing up. So this is going to be the bulk resource here. And we need to consider what we're going to do next. So we've done everything that we need to do on those top 2 levels. But now we need to think about what we're going to do with aluminium, and also we have titanium. So we have to do exactly the same thing as we did up here. But we need to do this for the next level now. So rare earth minerals are not really a problem, but these again, I guess, are going to be the next level. So titanium, we've got rare earth materials. Now this one is slightly different. And also nothing's kind of being filled up in here at the moment. So we've got all of the stuff that will be on the hopper around the floor. This one, yeah, kind of needs to... Yeah, we can look to upgrade this and then push this in with it. Or we could make a third one if we need to as well. And then just feed it back round. That's also another option that we have. Kind of feel like a third one in here would be better. So maybe we move this over to the other side later. We'll figure that out. That's a later problem. But the next thing we're going to do is the section here. We're not going to do that today. That will be the next video. And then we're going to make some more money. So we've got some money. We're in a good position now. We sorted power out. Power was the outcome for today. And there were two ways we did that. One, we obviously upgraded all of this power grid. That was one thing. But we also optimized and cleaned up everything down here. And as you can see, this is now running just a lot more efficiently. That needs repairing, so that's being done. So everything there now works really well. And you can see how this game works now. So nice and easy. All right, the drones were able to open the sealed door to the underground complex. The rover continued to record the activity. As soon as the heavy door swung open, the rover entered the complex and it was surrounded by rats. The small grey clumps of matted fur attempted to attack the rover but quickly retreated, realising the metal casing was not of no use to them. Among the scattered items everywhere, the rover's camera caught sight of an open metal cage. A sign on a door indicated that it housed pets of someone named Gary. Part of the sign, including the names and initial quantity of rodents, was bitten off. With the complex's staff long gone, the remaining resources could be useful at your base.
Good thing the rover doesn't transmit odor. Just the view from its camera put a foul taste in my mouth. And who came up with the idea of bringing rats to a moon base? Oh, these pests, if I can call them that, feel comfortable even in the conditions of a destroyed housing complex. And they breathe like rabbits. The MT4 guys mistook their fussing for the sound of footsteps. There are no living humans here anymore. I have to admit, I'm a little glad there was no one here. I can't imagine what kind of person you'd have to be not to let your own colleagues into the shelter.
So when they heard the noises earlier and they wrote traitors on the door, that was because they thought there were people inside, but it was actually rats. Okay. All right. We're going to just cancel that task because we can set an expedition here. We're already there anyway, so if we just do the cargo truck whilst we're here, we can fill this up and bring all of this stuff back with us and then head back to the base. All right. So that's now going to bring that back to the base. We don't need to do the private lab. That means we've done everything that we need to do. Everything's now finished. So the last thing that we need to do now is head over to the cargo terminal coordinates. We've done everything else, but we're not going to do that today. We're going to save that and we'll do that in the next video. So thank you very much for watching. Hopefully this has been good. The power was the outcome for today. We've now done that. The power is sorted. We've also got upstairs now our base, so we don't need to keep going downstairs to fill these up. We'll move these landing pads over. So we'll pick these up and we'll move these landing pads over to here, and then we'll be able to pick up resources and just put them in as and when we need them. We won't actually need to go up and downstairs anymore, which is going to be a lot easier for us. So we'll do that in the next video. We kind of want to move this stuff, so these bricks that are here, that'll work in a little bit. We'll just give that a bit of time.
Research complete.
Large storage is now done as well, so we can actually start to add some large storage on top of the original storage that we had. So if we wanted to do that, we could even just add that on the back here. So we've got the simple storage. And then the next way we can do this is just go 1, 2, and 3. And now we have 2 different storage solutions. And we can just conveyor between one and the other. Same here. And same here. Build all of that. Again, we've got all the parts to do that. We've got loads of parts now. So this one, select the resource, is going to be bricks. This one, oh, we put them upside down, but that's fine. Nope, that one's going to be bricked. Sorry, that one is not bricked. That one is going to be... There we go. Excellent. Now this holds 2,000, whereas this one only held 500. So, initial storage, now into these bigger storages, and now we've got all of this here. So, great. We just need to, in the next video, finish off the next loops, bring these up, and we'll do that in exactly the same way. But what we're going to do, because what we want is to put this down here. So, what we'll do is copy this, and we want to put these down pretty much the same way as what we did before. But if we put that there, we can actually see it shows us underneath. It's really clever. It shows us underneath so we can see from where we're going to put this, where the bottom ones are going to be as a result. Really, really clever. It shows you underneath on that little snapshot there so you can see where you're putting it. We actually want it to be just here. And then that is actually going to be perfectly aligned with everything else that we've got coming out. Perfect. We'll put that there. Head downstairs, and we can see the outline of where it was putting that. So everything that we build is just going to do exactly like it did here. We'll do a nice line. Everything will feed into it, and it will come into this line along the top here. So it just means that this will have to push down a little bit, but that's nice and easy. All right, we'll do that in the next video. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you in the next video. The cargo truck's on its way back. Everything else is done. We're in a really strong place. We've got money, we've got power, and we've now got the ability to scale, which is kind of what we wanted to do at the end of this video. So thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.